Good morning and welcome to another COVID diary. I was actually having a conversation with somebody on LinkedIn yesterday about some content ideas that they would like to see, and one thing that came up was how to position yourself and your camera when you're on a video call. Now, I thought this was a great topic, so I just wanted to talk to you guys a little bit today about what I like to do when I'm on a video call. So first things first, what I like to do is make sure my camera is at eye level. Now, when you're speaking to someone face to face, this is what they see. It's familiar to them. I'm just going to pick up my camera and I'm going to show you guys some angles that you do not want to have your camera in. So this is the first angle. Now, nobody wants to see up your nostril. And this is the second. If you have your camera like this, it probably means that you're holding it yourself, which means the camera is going to be a little bit shaky. It's not very professional. So put your camera at eye level, maybe prop it up with something. The reason I like to prop it up with something, at the minute I'm using 3 books, is because when I'm speaking to somebody face to face, I like to use my hands. I'm a very handsy person. It just means the conversation flows a bit better and it expresses what I'm saying as well. So that's my first tip, is make sure your camera is at eye level. Second tip is make sure you're looking into the camera rather than off to, I don't know, another monitor, or maybe even the person you're speaking to is kind of over here. I know it's not natural, but try to look into the camera. Now, the reason why this is so important is because it holds the person's interest. Now, I'm going to look off and talk to you looking off into the distance, and you're going to see how disengaging it is. So if you're having a video call with somebody like this, and this is what you see the side of their face, they're not looking at you, you're not going to hold their gaze, you're not going to hold their interest. So make sure you're looking into the camera. Now, I know that this is not very natural, so maybe what you could do is cut out a little piece of paper, draw an arrow and write "look here" and stick it right above your camera or your webcam. That way it draws your attention to it and you're more likely to hold your gaze into the camera. So there are a few things that I like to do when I'm on a video call in terms of camera, but there are a couple of things that I think are equally important that I just wanted to touch upon. First thing is the background. Now, as you can see, I am not in my normal COVID diary spot. Usually I will do it in my kitchen, just because it's kind of raw and it's natural and it's unedited. A lot of the time I've got my husband walking behind me, or I have my puppy jump up at me, and there's stuff going on. If I was on a formal call, I would potentially take myself away somewhere that the background is a little less busy. The only reason for that is because it's less distraction when I'm on the call. Somebody's not looking at the background, they're looking at me and I'm holding their attention. The second point is lighting. Now, I've opened the blinds and all of this light that's coming in is just pure natural light. It's softer, it's familiar, it's not too much. What you don't want to do is put loads of lights on you and your face is blown out. Equally, you don't want to be in a dark room. So my advice is to go into a room that has loads of natural light, and that's probably the best lighting for a video call. And finally, noise. Now, I don't know whether you heard, at the beginning of this video, my puppy was in the garden and he was barking. Now, what I do if I'm on a video call is I will make sure that he is occupied for the time that I am on the call. So I might give him a bone or give him something to do, or even my husband might take him out on a short walk if he knows I'm doing a call. So just be conscious of the noise that's around you, because obviously having lots of stuff going on and lots of noise, it's distracting. There we go, he just barks again. Equally, it can, if there's more than 2 people on the call, if somebody hasn't got headphones in, the noise can echo, and that's super distracting, and it means that you don't have a nice fluid video call. So they're my points for today, guys. I hope you found this super useful. If you've got any other tips that you'd like to add, please feel free to drop a comment below. I'd really look forward to seeing what you guys do and how you guys have great video calls. So yeah, I hope you found this useful. I hope you have a lovely day, stay safe, and I'll see you in tomorrow's video.
Hi, so here we are, day 49. Welcome to the COVID Diaries. Talking today about a column that I wrote a while ago, actually. I picked up on a fable that was going around on the internet, something called the Fisherman story. And the fable was kind of going along the lines of a fisherman in Brazil. He would go out on his boat in the morning and get just enough fish to feed his family. Then he'd come back sort of 10 minutes later and then spend the rest of the day kicking around on the beach, playing the guitar with his friends, hanging out with his children, drinking with his buddies, all that kind of stuff, and then repeat the same thing again next day. And what was happening was a businessman on holiday saw him and said, well, if you can pick that many fish that quickly, why don't you get more? And the whole kind of fable, I think you need to read it. I'm going to give you a link at the in the comments section at the end of this. The whole kind of fable went along the lines of why work harder and harder and harder to get more fish and more fish, open up a business, employ people, open up a factory and all that lot, if at the end of it you're just going to retire and sit on the beach, fish, play the guitar, hang out with your mates, hang out with your children, that kind of stuff. It was almost kind of questioning the whole kind of pointlessness of getting bigger and catching more fish. I urge you to read it because it's something that's incredibly prevalent at the moment, or sorry, incredibly relevant at the moment. Because what I was questioning in that fable was, well, actually, by getting more fish and providing employment opportunities, you are giving lots of people who are not capable of fishing themselves the chance to feed their family. The accountants, the IT people, all of these different organisations around the world who employ people so that they can buy fish for their families to be able to eat at the end of the day. And at this time when the government is introducing things like the furlough scheme and the CBILS, the business interruption loan scheme, and all this kind of stuff to help businesses, I've seen a lot of people questioning on social media, well, why are we trying to save businesses? I think it's worth you reading it, because the reason we're trying to save businesses are because businesses are the things that provide employment opportunities for people to be able to earn a living and buy food for their families. And if those businesses don't exist, then those opportunities to buy the food are just going to disappear. It's something worth thinking about, and I'll leave you with that, and catch up with you soon. Cheers. Thank you.